Fake friends are people who pretend to be your friend but don't genuinely care about your well-being or happiness. They may only be interested in what they can gain from the relationship or may betray your trust when it suits them. In this video, you are going to learn how to identify fake people in your life. Before we dive into today's video, I want to remind you to hit that subscribe button below and turn on notifications so you never miss out on future content. Your support means the world to me, and subscribing helps the channel grow. Now, let's get into it. Once upon a time, in a serene village nestled amidst rolling hills and lush forests, there lived a wise Zen master named Master Hua. People from far and wide would travel to seek his guidance and wisdom. In this village, there also dwelled a humble Buddhist monk named Brother Koji, who dedicated his life to serving others and spreading compassion. One sunny morning, as Brother Koji was sweeping the courtyard of the temple, a traveler arrived at the gate seeking shelter for the night. The traveler, named Liang, appeared weary from his journey and sought refuge in the temple. Brother Koji welcomed him with open arms and offered him a place to rest. As Liang settled in, he began conversing with Brother Koji, sharing stories of his travels and adventures. Intrigued by the tales, Brother Koji listened attentively, but he couldn't shake off a feeling of unease that lingered within him. There was something about Liang's demeanor that didn't sit right with him, but he couldn't quite put his finger on it. Meanwhile, news of the traveler's arrival spread throughout the village, reaching the ears of Master Hua. Curious to meet the newcomer, Master Hua made his way to the temple to greet Liang. As they exchanged pleasantries, Master Hua's keen eyes observed Liang's every movement, sensing something amiss beneath his outward appearance of joviality. After spending some time with Liang, Master Hua excused himself and sought solitude in the tranquility of nature to contemplate his observations. Deep in meditation, he reflected on the teachings of Zen and the essence of true authenticity. Hours passed, and the sun began to set, casting a warm glow over the village. Master Hua returned to the temple, where Brother Koji awaited him with a troubled expression. "Master," Brother Koji began, "I sense a darkness within the heart of our guest, Liang. Though his words are pleasant, his energy feels deceptive." Master Hua nodded thoughtfully, acknowledging Brother Koji's intuition. "Appearances can be deceiving, my dear brother. Let us put Liang's true nature to the test." Together, Master Hua and Brother Koji devised a plan to discern the authenticity of Liang's character. The following day, they invited Liang to join them on a journey to the nearby mountains, under the guise of exploring the natural beauty of the land. As they ventured deeper into the wilderness, Master Hua and Brother Koji observed Liang's behavior closely, paying attention to his interactions with the world around him. Along the way, they encountered various obstacles and challenges, from treacherous terrain to unexpected encounters with wild animals. Despite the hardships they faced, Brother Koji remained steadfast in his commitment to helping others, offering assistance to those in need and treading lightly upon the earth. In contrast, Liang's demeanor began to reveal cracks in his facade, as his selfishness and greed surfaced in moments of adversity. At one point during their journey, they stumbled upon a weary traveler stranded by the side of the road, her cart overturned and her belongings scattered. Without hesitation, Brother Koji rushed to her aid, helping her gather her belongings and offering her food and water. Liang, on the other hand, stood idly by, indifferent to the woman's plight. His true colors began to emerge as he prioritized his own comfort and safety above all else. Master Hua observed the scene with a knowing smile, his eyes twinkling with wisdom. He had seen through Liang's facade and recognized the darkness that lurked within his heart. As they continued their journey, Liang's true nature became increasingly apparent. As he grew impatient and irritable with each passing obstacle, his selfishness and greed clouded his judgment, leading him down a path of moral decay. Finally, as they reached the summit of the mountain, Master Hua addressed Liang with compassion and insight. "My dear Liang," he began, "the journey we have embarked upon together has revealed much about your character. Though you may hide behind a mask of pleasant words and false gestures, your true nature cannot be concealed. The path of authenticity is one of humility, compassion, and selflessness. Only by embracing these virtues can one truly find peace and fulfillment." Liang hung his head in shame, unable to refute Master Hua's words. In that moment of realization, he recognized the error of his ways and vowed to embark on a journey of self-discovery and transformation. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a golden glow over the mountainside, Master Hua and Brother Koji stood together in silent contemplation. In the stillness of the evening, they found solace in the timeless wisdom of Zen and the boundless compassion of the Buddha, and so, the tale of Master Hua, Brother Koji, and the traveler Liang became a parable for generations to come, reminding all who heard it of the importance of authenticity, compassion, and the eternal quest for truth. The story imparts several valuable lessons. 1. The importance of authenticity. It teaches us to look beyond outward appearances and observe the true nature of individuals. Genuine authenticity lies in embodying virtues such as honesty, humility, and compassion. 2. The power of intuition. Brother Koji's intuition serves as a guiding light, reminding us to trust our instincts and inner wisdom. Often, our intuition can sense the truth even when it is not immediately apparent. 3. Compassion and selflessness. Brother Koji exemplifies the virtues of compassion and selflessness by aiding those in need without expecting anything in return. True fulfillment comes from serving others and contributing positively to the world around us. 4. The dangers of deception. Liang's character serves as a cautionary tale about the consequences of deception and selfishness. Ultimately, dishonesty and greed lead to spiritual emptiness and moral decay. 5. The journey of self-discovery. Liang's transformation represents the potential for growth and redemption that lies within each of us. By acknowledging our flaws and striving for self-improvement, we can embark on a journey of self-discovery and spiritual awakening. 6. The wisdom of Zen and Buddhism. Throughout the story, the teachings of Zen and Buddhism provide guidance and enlightenment, reminding us of the timeless principles of mindfulness, compassion, and inner peace. Overall, the story encourages us to cultivate authenticity, compassion, and self-awareness in our own lives, leading to greater harmony and fulfillment. Thanks for watching. Hope enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more content like this. Just click the subscribe button below and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Also, feel free to leave a comment and let me know what you'd like to see next. See you in the next video. In Zen and Buddhist philosophy, stagnation refers to a state of complacency or lack of growth, where one becomes trapped in habitual patterns or fixed views, hindering spiritual progress. It's seen as dangerous because it prevents individuals from experiencing true enlightenment or liberation, keeping them bound to suffering in ignorance. Instead, they emphasize the importance of continuous self-reflection, learning, and embracing change to cultivate wisdom and compassion. Before we dive into today's video, I want to remind you to hit that subscribe button below and turn on notifications so you never miss out on future content. Your support means the world to me, and subscribing helps the channel grow. Now, let's get into it. Once upon a time, in a quaint village nestled amidst lush green hills, there lived a humble monk named Koji. Koji was known far and wide for his wisdom, compassion, and deep understanding of the teachings of Zen Buddhism. His small hermitage, perched on the edge of a serene forest, served as a sanctuary for those seeking guidance and solace. One day, as the sun painted the sky with hues of orange and pink, a weary traveler stumbled upon Koji's hermitage. The traveler, named Hiro, had been wandering for days, searching for answers to the turmoil that plagued his heart and mind. Seeing Koji's serene abode, Hiro felt a glimmer of hope and approached the monk with a bowed head. Koji welcomed Hiro with a warm smile and invited him to rest a while. As they sat in silence, sipping fragrant tea brewed from leaves harvested in Koji's garden, Hiro poured out his troubles to the monk. He spoke of the burdens he carried, the regrets that weighed him down, and the sense of stagnation that had settled over his life like a thick fog. Listening attentively, Koji nodded knowingly. He understood Hiro's plight all too well, for he had once grappled with similar challenges on his own spiritual journey. With a gentle gaze, Koji offered Hiro a proposition that would change the course of his life forever. "Dear Hiro," Koji began, his voice soft yet resonant, "I sense that you are burdened not only by the weight of your past but also by the clutter that surrounds you. In order to find clarity and renewal, you must embark on a journey of release. There are 6 things you must remove from your house, both physical and metaphorical, to avoid stagnation and invite flow into your life." Intrigued by Koji's words, Hiro leaned in closer, his eyes alight with curiosity. And so, Koji began to unravel the tale of the 6 things that held the key to Hiro's liberation. 1. The baggage of regret. Koji instructed Hiro to first confront the baggage of regret that cluttered his mind and heart. Like old furniture gathering dust in the attic, Hiro carried memories of past mistakes and missed opportunities that weighed him down. With Koji's guidance, Hiro embarked on a journey of forgiveness, both towards himself and others, learning to let go of the chains of regret that bound him. 2. The illusion of control. Next, Koji urged Hiro to relinquish the illusion of control that gripped his soul. Much like a gardener trying to tame the wild winds, Hiro had spent his days grasping for control over every aspect of his life, only to find himself tangled in a web of anxiety and frustration. Through mindfulness practices and deep reflection, Hiro began to surrender to the natural ebb and flow of existence, finding peace in letting go of the need to control outcomes. 3. The clutter of distraction. As Hiro looked around his house, he realized that it was filled with the clutter of distraction, endless gadgets, mindless entertainment, and noisy distractions that pulled him away from the present moment. With Koji's gentle guidance, Hiro embarked on a journey of simplicity, decluttering his physical space and his mind, creating room for stillness and inner peace to flourish. 4. The armor of pride. Beneath Hiro's stoic exterior lay a heart burdened by the heavy armor of pride. Like a fortress built to keep out the world, Hiro's pride had isolated him from the warmth and connection he craved. With Koji's compassionate guidance, Hiro began to dismantle the walls of pride brick by brick, allowing vulnerability to seep in and forge genuine connections with those around him. 5. The chains of attachment. Much like a prisoner bound by chains, Hiro found himself shackled to the fleeting pleasures and possessions of the material world. Through the teachings of impermanence and non-attachment, Koji helped Hiro loosen the chains that bound him, freeing him to experience the richness of life with an open and grateful heart. 6. The fear of the unknown. Lastly, Koji confronted Hiro's deepest fear, the fear of the unknown that held him captive in the prison of his own making. Through contemplation and meditation, Hiro learned to embrace the uncertainty of life as a sacred journey, filled with endless possibilities and opportunities for growth. As Hiro embarked on this journey of release, guided by Koji's wisdom and compassion, he felt a profound sense of liberation wash over him. With each step, he shed the layers of conditioning and limitation that had kept him bound, revealing the radiant essence of his true self beneath. And so, dear reader, may we all heed the teachings of Koji and embark on our own journey of release. Removing the 6 things that hinder our growth and embracing the boundless potential that lies within. For in the spaciousness of release, we find the freedom to soar beyond the confines of our past and into the limitless expanse of the present moment. From the story of Koji and Hiro, several valuable lessons emerge. 1. Letting go of regret. Holding on to regrets from the past only serves to weigh us down. Learning to forgive ourselves and others allows us to move forward with greater clarity and lightness. 2. Embracing impermanence. The illusion of control can lead to anxiety and frustration. By accepting the ever-changing nature of life, we can find peace in surrendering to the flow of existence. 3. Simplicity and mindfulness. Clutter, whether physical or mental, detracts from our ability to be present. Simplifying our lives and practicing mindfulness helps us cultivate inner peace and clarity. 4. Vulnerability and connection. Pride can isolate us from others and prevent meaningful connections. Embracing vulnerability allows us to build genuine relationships and experience deeper connections with those around us. 5. Non-attachment and gratitude. Attachment to material possessions and outcomes limits our freedom and happiness. Cultivating non-attachment and gratitude enables us to appreciate the richness of life beyond material wealth. 6. Embracing uncertainty. Fear of the unknown can hold us back from embracing life fully. Embracing uncertainty as a natural part of the journey allows us to step into the present moment with courage and openness. Overall, the story teaches us the importance of releasing what no longer serves us in order to experience greater freedom, joy, and fulfillment in life. Thanks for watching. Hope enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more content like this. Just click the subscribe button below and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Also, feel free to leave a comment and let me know what you'd like to see next. See you in the next video. Once upon a time, in a small village nestled among rolling hills, there lived a young man named Akira. Akira was known for his gentle nature and compassionate heart. He would often go out of his way to help others, whether it was lending a listening ear to a friend in need or volunteering at the local orphanage. However, despite his kindness, Akira often found himself taken advantage of. People would come to him with their problems, expecting him to solve them without considering his own well-being. At first, Akira didn't mind. He believed that being soft and accommodating was the path to enlightenment, following the teachings of Buddhism that he had learned from his grandfather. But as time went on, Akira began to feel drained and exhausted. He realized that his kindness was being mistaken for weakness, and he was tired of constantly being pushed around. He decided that it was time for a change, and he set out to discover the reasons why he should stop being soft to everyone. 1. Self-preservation. Akira realized that constantly putting others before himself was causing him harm. By neglecting his own needs and desires, he was slowly eroding his own sense of self-worth. He understood that in order to truly help others, he first needed to take care of himself. 2. Setting boundaries. As Akira embarked on his journey, he came across a wise old monk who imparted upon him the importance of setting boundaries. The monk explained that while compassion is a noble virtue, it must be tempered with wisdom. Akira learned that it was okay to say no to others and prioritize his own well-being. 3. Empowerment. As Akira started to assert himself more, he felt a newfound sense of empowerment. He realized that by standing up for himself, he was reclaiming his own power and autonomy. No longer did he feel like a doormat for others to walk over, but rather a confident individual capable of shaping his own destiny. 4. Respect. Through his interactions with others, Akira discovered that earning respect required more than just being kind and accommodating. He learned that people are more likely to respect those who stand firm in their beliefs and values. By being assertive, Akira gained the respect of his peers and colleagues. 5. Authenticity. Akira realized that by constantly bending to the will of others, he was sacrificing his own authenticity. He understood that true happiness could only be found by being true to oneself. By embracing his own needs and desires, Akira discovered a newfound sense of authenticity and inner peace. 6. Teaching others. As Akira journeyed further, he encountered many individuals who were also struggling with being too soft-hearted. He realized that by leading by example, he could inspire others to find their own inner strength. Through his actions, Akira became a beacon of hope for those who felt lost and powerless. 7. Embracing change. Along his journey, Akira faced many challenges and obstacles. But instead of shying away from them, he embraced them as opportunities for growth and transformation. He understood that change was an inevitable part of life, and by embracing it, he could unlock his full potential. 8. Finding balance. Through meditation and introspection, Akira learned the importance of finding balance in all things. He realized that while compassion is important, it must be balanced with discernment. By finding the middle way, Akira discovered a sense of equilibrium that allowed him to navigate life's challenges with grace and ease. 9. Living with intention. Akira realized that living a meaningful life required more than just going through the motions. He learned that true fulfillment comes from living with intention and purpose. By being mindful of his actions and choices, Akira was able to live a life aligned with his deepest values and aspirations. 10. Finding peace. As Akira reached the end of his journey, he found himself filled with a sense of inner peace and contentment. He realized that by letting go of his need to please others, he had found true liberation. No longer shackled by the expectations of others, Akira was free to live his life on his own terms, guided by the wisdom of his own heart. In the end, Akira understood that being soft-hearted did not mean being a pushover. He learned that true compassion requires strength and courage. By embracing his own inner strength, Akira was able to live a life filled with purpose, meaning, and fulfillment. And as he looked out at the world with newfound clarity, he knew that his journey had only just begun. The story of Akira's journey teaches several valuable lessons. 1. Self-care is essential. Akira learns that taking care of oneself is not selfish but necessary for overall well-being. By neglecting his own needs, he was unable to effectively help others. 2. Boundaries are important. Setting boundaries is crucial for maintaining healthy relationships and self-respect. Akira discovers that saying no when necessary is not a sign of weakness but of self-respect. 3. Empowerment comes from within. True empowerment comes from within. Akira realizes that by asserting himself and standing up for his beliefs, he gains confidence and self-respect. 4. Respect is earned. Respect cannot be demanded but earned. Akira learns that by being true to himself and standing firm in his beliefs, he earns the respect of others. 5. Authenticity leads to happiness. Living authentically leads to greater happiness and fulfillment. Akira finds inner peace when he embraces his true self and stops trying to please others at the expense of his own happiness. 6. Lead by example. By leading by example, one can inspire others to find their own strength and courage. Akira's journey inspires others to embrace their own inner power and live authentically. 7. Embrace change. Change is inevitable and should be embraced as an opportunity for growth and transformation. Akira learns to embrace change and adapt to new circumstances with grace and resilience. 8. Find balance. Balance is key to living a harmonious life. Akira discovers that balancing compassion with discernment allows him to navigate life's challenges with greater ease and grace. 9. Live with intention. Living with intention and purpose leads to a more meaningful and fulfilling life. Akira learns to live mindfully, making conscious choices aligned with his deepest values and aspirations. 10. True peace comes from within. True peace and contentment come from within, not from external validation or approval. Akira finds peace when he lets go of his need to please others and embraces his own inner strength and wisdom. Overall, the story of Akira's journey illustrates the importance of self-awareness, self-respect, and authenticity in living a fulfilling and meaningful life. Thanks for watching. Hope enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more content like this. Just click the subscribe button below and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Also, feel free to leave a comment and let me know what you'd like to see next. See you in the next video. In a small, serene village nestled at the foot of a great mountain, there stood a monastery renowned for its wisdom and the tranquility it bestowed upon those who visited. The monastery was a place where monks dedicated their lives to seeking enlightenment, and where the teachings of Zen and Buddhism were imparted with great reverence. One day, a young monk, who had recently joined the monastery, was feeling disheartened. Despite his earnest efforts, he often faced rejection from his peers and teachers. He could not understand why his sincere attempts were not appreciated. Sensing his despair, the head monk called him into his quarters. "Why are you troubled, my young friend?" the head monk asked with a gentle smile. The young monk bowed respectfully and replied, "Master, I feel lost. Despite my efforts, I am often met with rejection. I do not understand why." The head monk nodded, understanding the young monk's plight. Rejection is a part of life's journey. It is not a barrier but a stepping stone. "Come, let me tell you a story." The head monk led the young monk to a quiet garden within the monastery and began his tale. Lesson 1: Embrace rejection as a teacher. In a village not far from where the monastery stood, there lived a farmer. The farmer was a diligent man who worked tirelessly on his land, but one year, a severe drought ravaged his crops. Despite his best efforts, he could not save them. Heartbroken, He sought the counsel of a wise monk who lived in the mountains. The monk listened to the farmer's woes and said, "Rejection is a teacher. It teaches us resilience and patience. Embrace it, and you will learn from it." The farmer pondered these words and decided to approach the next planting season with renewed vigor, using the lessons he had learned from his failure. The following year, his crops flourished. Lesson 2: Rejection is redirection. In another part of the village, a young artist aspired to create beautiful sculptures. She submitted her work to various exhibitions, but each time, she faced rejection. Discouraged, she visited the same wise monk. The monk observed her sculptures and said, "Sometimes, rejection is the universe's way of redirecting us. Perhaps you are meant for a different path." Taking the monk's words to heart, the artist explored other forms of art and discovered her true calling in painting. Her works soon gained recognition and acclaim. Lesson 3: Rejection builds character. A merchant in the village experienced numerous business failures. Frustrated, he sought the monk's advice. "Every rejection," the monk said, "is a chisel that shapes our character. Embrace it, and you will emerge stronger." The merchant persisted, learning from each setback, and eventually built a successful enterprise. Lesson 4: Rejection fosters growth. A scholar, aspiring to become a revered teacher, faced rejection from prestigious institutions. Distraught, he visited the monk. "Rejection fosters growth," the monk explained. "It compels us to improve and evolve." The scholar took these words to heart, refining his knowledge and teaching methods. In time, he became a beloved teacher, respected for his wisdom and humility. Lesson 5: Rejection tests commitment. A young monk at the monastery, eager to attain enlightenment, felt he was not progressing. He approached the head monk for guidance. "Rejection tests our commitment," the head monk said. "It challenges us to stay true to our path." The young monk, inspired by these words, deepened his practice and eventually reached a profound state of enlightenment. Lesson 6: Rejection enhances creativity. An inventor in the village, facing repeated failures, sought the monk's wisdom. "Rejection enhances creativity," the monk said. "It pushes us to think outside the box." The inventor embraced this perspective, leading to breakthroughs that changed the course of his work. Lesson 7: Rejection cultivates humility. A renowned warrior, prideful of his skills, was defeated in a crucial battle. Humbled, he visited the monk. "Rejection cultivates humility," the monk said. "It reminds us that we are not infallible." The warrior learned to temper his pride, becoming a wiser and more respected leader. Lesson 8: Rejection encourages reflection. A writer, despondent over her unpublished work, sought the monk's counsel. "Rejection encourages reflection," the monk said. "It invites us to look inward and understand ourselves better." The writer used this time for introspection, which enriched her writing and eventually led to her success. Lesson 9: Rejection builds empathy. A doctor, whose treatment was not accepted by his peers, felt isolated. He visited the monk for solace. "Rejection builds empathy," the monk said. "It allows us to understand the suffering of others." The doctor, with newfound empathy, became a healer not just of bodies but of hearts and minds. Lesson 10: Rejection strengthens resilience. A young athlete, facing continuous defeat, sought the monk's wisdom. "Rejection strengthens resilience," the monk said. "It prepares us for the challenges ahead." The athlete, embracing resilience, eventually achieved great victories. Lesson 11: Rejection unveils true friends. A musician, feeling unsupported by his peers, turned to the monk for advice. "Rejection unveils true friends," the monk said. "It shows us who truly stands by us." The musician found solace in genuine companionship, which inspired his music and led to his acclaim. Lesson 12: Rejection reveals self-worth. A woman, feeling undervalued in her relationships, sought the monk's guidance. "Rejection reveals self-worth," the monk said. "It teaches us to value ourselves." The woman learned to prioritize her self-worth, leading to healthier and more fulfilling relationships. Lesson 13: Rejection is a path to enlightenment. Finally, a young monk in the monastery, who had experienced many rejections, asked the head monk how to find peace. "Rejection is a path to enlightenment," the head monk said. "It guides us to let go of ego and embrace our true selves." The young monk meditated on these words, finding inner peace and enlightenment, as the head monk concluded his story. The young monk felt a sense of clarity and calm wash over him. "Thank you, Master," he said, bowing deeply. "I understand now that rejection is not to be feared but embraced as a teacher." The head monk smiled, placing a reassuring hand on the young monk's shoulder. "Remember, each rejection is a lesson, a step on the path to enlightenment. Embrace it, learn from it, and you will find your way." The young monk left the garden with a renewed sense of purpose, ready to face whatever rejections came his way, knowing they were guiding him toward growth, resilience, and ultimately, enlightenment. Thanks for watching. Hope enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more content like this. Just click the subscribe button below and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Also, feel free to leave a comment and let me know what you'd like to see next. See you in the next video. Once upon a time, in a serene village nestled between lush mountains and flowing rivers, there lived a humble monk named Shinji. Shinji had devoted his life to the teachings of Zen Buddhism, seeking enlightenment and inner peace through meditation, mindfulness, and the study of ancient texts. One day, as Shinji was meditating by the tranquil stream, he was visited by a weary traveler named Aiko. Aiko had heard of Shinji's wisdom and sought guidance on her journey towards a more fulfilling life. Intrigued by her sincerity, Shinji welcomed Aiko and offered her shelter in the monastery. As they sat beneath the shade of a towering cherry blossom tree, Shinji began to share with Aiko the 10 fundamental principles of Zen Buddhism that had the power to transform her life. 1. Impermanence. Shinji explained to Aiko the concept of impermanence, the idea that all things in life are transient and subject to change. He likened life to the flowing river before them, constantly evolving and never staying the same. By embracing impermanence, Aiko could learn to let go of attachment to material possessions and fleeting emotions, finding solace in the present moment. 2. Non-attachment. Continuing his teachings, Shinji emphasized the importance of non-attachment, the notion that true freedom arises from releasing the grip of desire and ego. He recounted the story of a wealthy merchant who, despite his riches, remained discontented and restless until he renounced his attachments and found peace within himself. Aiko realized that by letting go of her cravings and identifying with her true nature, she could experience profound liberation. 3. Mindfulness. Shinji guided Aiko in the practice of mindfulness, the art of cultivating awareness and presence in every moment. He encouraged her to observe her thoughts and sensations without judgment, like clouds passing through the vast sky of her mind. Through mindfulness meditation, Aiko could develop clarity of mind and a deeper connection to the world around her, awakening to the beauty of life's simple pleasures. 4. Compassion. With compassion as his guiding light, Shinji imparted upon Aiko the wisdom of loving kindness towards all beings. He recounted the parable of the injured bird, saved from harm by a kind-hearted stranger who saw its suffering as his own. By practicing metta, Aiko could cultivate a heart of boundless empathy and altruism, spreading joy and healing wherever she went. 5. Gratitude. As the sun dipped below the horizon, Shinji and Aiko sat in quiet reflection, pondering the virtue of gratitude. Shinji shared with Aiko the tale of a young farmer who, despite facing adversity, expressed gratitude for the bountiful harvest bestowed upon him by the earth. Through the practice of Kitanu, Aiko could cultivate a deep sense of appreciation for the countless blessings in her life, nurturing a spirit of contentment and humility. 6. Acceptance. In the gentle glow of the moonlit night, Shinji spoke to Aiko of the power of acceptance, the willingness to embrace life's joys and sorrows with equanimity. He recounted the story of a wise sage who, upon facing adversity, remained steadfast in his resolve and found peace amidst the storm. Through the practice of upekkha, Aiko could cultivate inner resilience and serenity, navigating life's ups and downs with grace and poise. 7. Simplicity. As dawn broke over the horizon, Shinji and Aiko embarked on a journey through the serene countryside, marveling at the beauty of nature's simplicity. Shinji spoke to Aiko of the virtue of santuthi, the art of finding contentment in life's simple pleasures and shedding the burden of excess. He recounted the tale of a hermit who, free from the trappings of material wealth, found true richness in the embrace of nature's abundance. Through the practice of santuthi, Aiko could discover joy and fulfillment in the here and now, unencumbered by the pursuit of fleeting desires. 8. Equanimity. As they wandered through the tranquil forest, Shinji and Aiko encountered the challenges of impermanence and change. Shinji spoke to Aiko of the virtue of upekkha, the ability to remain balanced and impartial in the face of life's fluctuations. He recounted the story of a wise monk who, confronted with praise and blame, success and failure, remained unruffled and serene like a mighty oak tree rooted deep in the earth. Through the practice of upekkha, Aiko could cultivate a heart of tranquility and stability, finding refuge in the midst of life's uncertainties. 9. Self-discipline. As they returned to the monastery, Shinji and Aiko reflected on the importance of self-discipline in the pursuit of spiritual growth. Shinji spoke to Aiko of the virtue of sila, the commitment to moral conduct and ethical living. He recounted the story of a disciplined monk who, through diligent practice and self-restraint, overcame the temptations of the world and attained enlightenment. Through the practice of sila, Aiko could cultivate inner strength and integrity, living in harmony with the principles of truth and righteousness. 10. Mindful consumption. As they sat in silent contemplation, Shinji and Aiko discussed the significance of mindful consumption in shaping one's life. Shinji spoke to Aiko of the importance of nourishing both body and mind with wholesome thoughts, words, and actions. He emphasized the need to cultivate discernment and moderation in all aspects of life, avoiding excess and indulgence. Through the practice of mindful consumption, Aiko could cultivate balance and harmony within herself, aligning her intentions with her highest aspirations. As the days turned into weeks and the seasons changed, Aiko immersed herself in the teachings of Shinji, embodying the principles of Zen Buddhism with grace and humility. With each passing day, she felt herself growing lighter, freer, and more alive, as if she had unlocked the secret to true happiness and fulfillment. And so, under the guidance of Shinji, Aiko embarked on a journey of self-discovery and transformation, weaving the timeless wisdom of Zen Buddhism into the fabric of her being. With each step she took along the path, she walked with greater purpose and clarity, guided by the light of truth and compassion that shone brightly within her heart. In the end, Aiko realized that the true essence of Zen Buddhism lay not in the words of ancient texts or the teachings of wise sages, but in the direct experience of life itself. Through the practice of mindfulness, compassion, and acceptance, she discovered a profound sense of peace and liberation that transcended the boundaries of time and space, and so, as the sun set on the horizon and the stars filled the night sky, Aiko stood at the threshold of a new beginning, ready to embrace the journey ahead with courage, wisdom, and an open heart. For she knew that no matter where life's winding path may lead, she would always carry within her the light of Zen Buddhism, illuminating her way with boundless grace and love. Thanks for watching. Hope enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more content like this. Just click the subscribe button below and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Also, feel free to leave a comment and let me know what you'd like to see next. See you in the next video. Once upon a time, nestled in a tranquil valley surrounded by misty mountains, there lay a serene village. This village was known for its tranquility, with a small monastery perched atop a hill. The monks who resided there were renowned for their wisdom and deep understanding of Zen and Buddhist philosophy. In this peaceful hamlet, there lived a young villager. His life was simple, filled with the mundane joys of everyday existence. Yet, he harbored a perplexing mystery within his heart, a persistent thought of someone he had encountered briefly years ago. This person's presence lingered in his mind like the whispering wind, gentle yet unrelenting. Despite the fleeting nature of their meeting, the memory of this person had taken deep root within him. One day, driven by curiosity and a need for clarity, the young villager ascended the winding path to the monastery. The wise abbot welcomed him with a warm smile, his eyes twinkling with the light of countless insights. After a moment of silence, the villager poured out his heart, expressing his bewilderment at why this person remained so vividly in his thoughts. The abbot, with a serene demeanor, invited the young man to sit and listen. The reasons why someone is always on your mind, the abbot began, can be explained through the lens of Zen and Buddhist teachings. Let me share with you the story of the whispering wind. 1. Unresolved karma. The abbot's story began many years ago with a wandering monk named Ling. Ling traveled from village to village, sharing teachings and helping those in need. One day, he encountered a kind soul who offered him shelter and food. The connection between them was instant, as if they had known each other in another life. According to Buddhist teachings, our souls carry karma, unfinished business, from our past lives. When we meet someone with whom we have unresolved karma, their presence can linger in our thoughts, urging us to resolve these past ties. Ling and this kind soul shared such karma, which is why, even after parting ways, Ling found this person occupying his thoughts frequently. The concept of karma suggests that the people who remain on our minds are often connected to us through past actions and unresolved relationships. These thoughts serve as gentle reminders from the universe, encouraging us to seek closure and harmony. 2. Deep emotional impact. Ling's journey continued, and he encountered many people. However, one meeting stood out. a compassionate healer who taught Ling about the healing arts. The depth of their connection and the profound emotional impact this healer had on Ling was indelible. Their brief time together changed Ling's perspective on life and his path as a wandering monk. Emotional impact plays a significant role in why someone stays on our mind. When an individual influences our emotions deeply, be it through kindness, love, or profound lessons, their essence becomes a part of our mental and emotional fabric. For Ling, the healer's teachings and the kindness they shared became an inseparable part of his being. Strong emotional connections create lasting impressions in our minds. The more profound the emotional impact, the more likely we are to carry thoughts of that person with us, as their influence shapes our experiences and growth. 3. Unfulfilled desires. As the seasons passed, Ling encountered a merchant who showed him the beauty of distant lands and the richness of diverse cultures. Ling was fascinated and yearned to explore these places. However, his duties and commitments kept him rooted in his journey as a monk. Unfulfilled desires often anchor someone in our minds. Ling's desire to explore the world, sparked by his encounter with the merchant, remained a poignant, unfulfilled longing. This desire kept the merchant alive in his thoughts, a symbol of the adventures and experiences Ling yearned for. When someone represents an unfulfilled desire or aspiration, their memory lingers, serving as a reminder of what we yearn to achieve. These thoughts drive us, motivating us to pursue our dreams and aspirations. 4. Shared moments of silence. During his travels, Ling met an elderly sage who taught him the value of silence and introspection. They spent days meditating together, sharing profound moments of silence that spoke louder than words. These shared moments created a deep bond, transcending the need for verbal communication. The power of shared silence can forge connections that linger in our minds. The depth of understanding and the tranquility experienced in these moments create a unique, lasting bond. For Ling, the sage represented a profound understanding and peace that remained etched in his consciousness. Shared moments of silence create connections beyond words. These experiences often leave a lasting impression, as they touch the core of our being, fostering a sense of unity and understanding. 5. Spiritual awakening. The final encounter in Ling's journey was with a fellow monk who radiated enlightenment and wisdom. This monk's presence alone was transformative, inspiring Ling to delve deeper into his spiritual practice. The conversations they shared and the insights Ling gained from this monk sparked a spiritual awakening within him. Spiritual connections are among the strongest bonds, often lingering in our thoughts as they resonate with our soul's journey. The fellow monk's wisdom and presence profoundly influenced Ling, guiding him towards greater enlightenment. Spiritual awakenings and profound connections with enlightened individuals leave an indelible mark on our minds. These connections guide us on our spiritual path, reminding us of the higher truths and wisdom we have encountered. As the abbot concluded the tale of the whispering wind, the young villager felt a deep sense of understanding and peace. The reasons why someone remained on his mind were not mere coincidences but profound connections shaped by karma, emotional impact, unfulfilled desires, shared silence, and spiritual awakenings. He realized that these thoughts were not burdens but blessings, guiding him towards growth, understanding, and enlightenment. Each lingering thought was a whisper from the universe, urging him to explore deeper connections, seek closure, and embrace the lessons these individuals brought into his life. With a heart full of gratitude, the young villager thanked the abbot and descended the hill, feeling lighter and more at peace. He embraced the whispers of his mind, viewing them as guides on his journey towards greater understanding and spiritual growth. Years passed, and the young villager, now an enlightened soul, shared his own wisdom with others, helping them understand the deeper reasons behind the people who linger in their thoughts. The tale of the whispering wind became a cherished story in the village, reminding everyone that the thoughts of those who remain in our minds are gentle nudges from the universe, guiding us on our path of self-discovery and enlightenment. In the end, the reasons why someone is always on your mind are profound connections that shape your journey. Embrace them, learn from them, and let them guide you towards a deeper understanding of yourself and the world around you. Thanks for watching. Hope enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more content like this. Just click the subscribe button below and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Also, feel free to leave a comment and let me know what you'd like to see next. See you in the next video. Silence is not just the absence of sound but also a state of calmness and stillness within oneself. It's powerful because it allows for introspection, clarity of thought, and deep reflection. In silence, we can hear our own thoughts, understand our emotions better, and connect with our inner wisdom. It's like a sanctuary amidst the chaos of life, offering solace and the opportunity for personal growth. Hence here is the story about the power of silence. Before we dive into today's video, I want to remind you to hit that subscribe button below and turn on notifications so you never miss out on future content. Your support means the world to me, and subscribing helps the channel grow. Now, let's get into it. Once upon a time, in a quaint village nestled between rolling hills and lush forests, there lived a young monk named Koji. Koji was known throughout the village for his wisdom and serene demeanor. Every morning, he would rise with the sun and walk through the village, offering words of guidance and comfort to those who sought his counsel. One day, as Koji was meditating by a tranquil pond on the outskirts of the village, he heard a commotion nearby. Curious, he opened his eyes to see a group of villagers gathered around a man who was shouting angrily at his neighbor. The man's face was red with rage, and his words were filled with venom. Without hesitation, Koji rose from his meditation and approached the scene. With a gentle smile, he placed a hand on the angry man's shoulder and whispered, "Brother, why do you raise your voice in anger? Is there not a better way to resolve your dispute?" The man turned to Koji, his eyes still ablaze with fury. "This man has wronged me, monk. He has insulted my honor, and I will not stand for it." Koji nodded understandingly, his expression unwavering. "I see. But tell me, my friend, what good does your anger bring? Does it not only serve to cloud your judgment and sow further discord?" The man paused, taken aback by Koji's calm demeanor. For a moment, the anger in his eyes softened, replaced by a glimmer of uncertainty. "But what else can I do, monk? He must pay for his disrespect." Koji smiled gently. "There is another way, my friend. A way that requires not words, but silence. Come, let us sit by the pond and contemplate the power of stillness." With Koji's guidance, the two men sat in silence by the tranquil waters of the pond. As the minutes passed, the anger in the man's heart began to subside, replaced by a sense of peace and clarity. No longer consumed by rage, he found himself able to see the situation from a new perspective. "Thank you, monk," the man said softly, his voice tinged with humility. "I see now that there is indeed power in silence." From that day forward, the man and his neighbor resolved their disputes not with raised voices and harsh words, but with open hearts and minds. And whenever conflict arose in the village, Koji was there to remind his fellow villagers of the power of silence, but Koji's teachings did not end there. As he traveled from village to village, he encountered many who were burdened by the weight of their own thoughts and emotions. Some were consumed by grief, while others were paralyzed by fear. In each case, Koji offered the same simple wisdom, the power of silence. Whether through meditation, prayer, or simply taking a moment to pause and breathe, he showed others how to quiet the noise of their minds and find solace in the stillness within. One day, as Koji was traveling through a dense forest, he stumbled upon a young woman sitting beneath a towering oak tree. Her eyes were red with tears, and her shoulders shook with silent sobs. Approaching her with gentle steps, Koji sat down beside her and placed a comforting hand on her shoulder. "Why do you weep, sister?" he asked softly. The young woman looked up, her gaze filled with sorrow. "My husband has fallen ill, monk," she replied, her voice trembling. "The doctors say there is little hope for his recovery, and I fear I will soon be left alone in this world." Koji nodded sympathetically, his heart heavy with compassion. "I understand your pain, sister. But tell me, does your grief bring comfort to your husband? Does it ease his suffering? Or does it only add to your own?" The young woman shook her head, her tears flowing freely. "No, monk. My grief only serves to deepen the sorrow in my heart." Koji reached into the folds of his robe and withdrew a small wooden flute. Holding it out to the young woman, he said, "Take this flute, sister, and play a song for your husband. Let the music soothe his soul and bring him peace in his final days." With trembling hands, the young woman accepted the flute and began to play. As the notes filled the air, a sense of calm descended upon the forest, and even the birds ceased their song to listen. Hours passed as the young woman played, her grief slowly transforming into acceptance and her tears giving way to a sense of serenity. And when she finally stopped, she knew in her heart that her husband's spirit had found peace. From that day forward, the young woman traveled with Koji, using her music to bring comfort to those in need. Together, they journeyed from village to village, spreading the message of peace and healing wherever they went, and though Koji's teachings were simple, their impact was profound. For in the silence between the notes, in the stillness of the heart, lay the power to heal the wounds of the past and to create a future filled with hope and possibility. The story teaches several valuable lessons. 1. The power of silence. Silence is not empty, it is full of wisdom, clarity, and healing. By embracing silence, we can find inner peace and resolution to our conflicts. 2. Compassion and empathy. Koji's compassionate approach towards the angry man and the grieving woman shows the importance of empathy in understanding others' pain and suffering. 3. Alternative approaches to conflict resolution. Instead of resorting to anger and violence, the story highlights the effectiveness of peaceful and non-confrontational methods, such as silence and music, in resolving conflicts and soothing emotional wounds. 4. The healing power of music. The young woman's flute playing demonstrates how music can be a powerful tool for healing and bringing comfort to those in pain or distress. 5. Transformative growth. Both the angry man and the grieving woman experience personal growth and transformation through their encounters with Koji. They learn to let go of their negative emotions and embrace a more peaceful and accepting outlook on life. 6. The ripple effect of kindness. Koji's teachings and the actions of the characters have a ripple effect, spreading positivity and healing to others in their communities. This underscores the importance of kindness and compassion in creating a better world for everyone. Overall, the story emphasizes the profound impact that simple acts of kindness, empathy, and inner reflection can have on individuals and society as a whole. Thanks for watching. Hope enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more content like this. Just click the subscribe button below and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Also, feel free to leave a comment and let me know what you'd like to see next. See you in the next video.